Everyone, I'm back. I'm going to do rapid fire with Beth Scarano of LaunchPM. All right, Beth, this is where we ask you all the tough questions.
All right.
What are you reading or listening to right now that the audience would take interest in?
I've been listening to a podcast by Julia Louis-Dreyfus called Wiser Than Me. And she interviews women who are in their 70s and 80s and about their, trying to learn from their life experiences. And
pretty cool, I would imagine.
It's been super interesting, like Patti Smith, Jane Fonda, Carol Burnett. There's this whole long list of...
Is there one? Can you remember one that really stood out?
Jane Fonda was probably my favorite. She had a really great approach to her thoughts on life. So basically, your life is made up of 3 acts.
Okay.
Your first act is when you're 0 to 30. Your next act is 30 to 60. And then your third act is 60 whatever. So whenever.
She'll probably live to 100.
So in that 60 whatever, it is saying live your life with no regrets. Say you're sorry to the people that you need to say. Yeah. Just make amends and just be happy and kind. So it was just a great...
Touching, I would imagine, yeah. If you could meet any person for dinner, who would it be and why? Kind of almost on the same
I've
notion.
had to answer this question a couple times. Actually, one person I'm super interested in is Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
I think she's just an amazing lady, and I would really like to just pick her brain because she came from such an amazing, zero background to who she is today.
If you were to compete in a sport in the Olympics, what would it be? Can't say biking. That's too obvious.
I wouldn't compete in that.
We can skip it too.
Wouldn't be competing in the Olympics.
Give yourself some credit, Beth. All right, how about this one? What movie could you watch over and over again?
The Holiday.
Ooh, good one. That's an original. What would you like to be remembered for?
I would like to be remembered for, going to make me get emotional.
No, it's good.
Just for being a good person.
I think
and taking care of my family.
You've lived that so far. What is the best part of your morning and why?
The best part of my morning is I go and work out every morning at 5:45. And it's
not 5:44, but 5:45.
And it's 15 minutes to an hour that I just don't think.
It's good.
I just shut my head down and someone tells me what to do for
Yeah.
that 15 minutes. So that's the best part of my morning.
Are your parents still alive?
No.
Oh. How long have they been gone?
My mom's has passed for about 13 years now.
Okay.
And my dad's about 8.
How did they... So they knew you in the construction space, obviously.
Yeah.
How did they describe what you did?
I don't know that they really understood what I did, to be honest. But
at least you're honest.
Yeah. But my mom was pretty amazing. She was worked for Verizon and was one of that started their lead program for all the Verizon stores, all the lead certification for Verizon, and she has an award named after her. And so she and I would get to travel and go to conferences sometimes together. And lead was a super hot item back when I was in construction days. So that was always super fun.
Right, you've done a lot, but I have to ask this question. What occupation would you have liked to have tried or were you destined for, apart from everything else you've already done? Because you've been a jack of all trades. Is there anything else left in the toolbox for Beth?
I would like to write a book.
Well, do it.
I'm
Jane gave you the...
I know, I'm thinking about it.
Okay, this is another deep one. What did you learn recently? Like one of those deep aha moments.
I think one of the things I've learned recently, maybe it's not immediately, but within the last maybe 2 years or so or whatever, is you have to be empathetic. Mm-hmm. And I was always not so empathetic. And I had to learn how to be conscious of what other people might be feeling and not what I think they should feel. And so having to understand that and give them grace.
Do you think, I'm glad you brought this up, this is this subject I think we could go deep for hours. But as I see most entrepreneurs, is it different at work than in personal? For you, were you empathetic as a mom and a wife and not in the workplace, or vice versa, or both?
I probably is much more so as a wife and a mom.
Okay.
Not as much in the workplace, because I generally worked in a male-dominated environment.
True, you did.
And I couldn't really have that side of me so much. You always had to be kind of hold your own and be able to stand up in a crowd and so forth. So I kind of got that harder side over time, and I've had to learn how to bring back that softer side.
It's funny, I was connecting the two things you said is take a moment of Jane Fonda's advice now, and now you can be the empathetic hero work-wise too. You know, it's like, holy cow, who's this Beth gal? She's like awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
And just vanilla. I'm just a vanilla. Oh, coffee. I like coffee.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to preface this one. Just want you to, the first thing that comes to your mind, what's your fondest memory as a kid?
We grew up in we had horses, and we could just get out and ride for hours and hang out with our friends, and just go anywhere we wanted.
Yeah.
You know, we had 26 miles of trails. We would go ride, and you know, there was just no time. And
if you ended up in Kearney, you went too far.
Yeah. But we just go with our friends, and then you know, I had my own car when I was 14. I could drive where I wanted. Yeah. So that was fun.
It's like I tell people growing up in farm country too. It's like, hell, we were driving when we were 12 years old. Yeah. No one cared.
No one cared. Yeah.
Are you a foodie?
Yes.
Okay, 2 questions.
Okay.
What are you really good at cooking then? Or what's like your signature go-to thing?
I should know this, right? I make really good gravy.
Cool.
I really can make just about anything. But I'm really good at whipping up a dinner for like 20 people in like a half an hour.
There's your show. Yeah. Come on.
I can.
Jamie Oliver.
We can have it. I can knock out a dinner party with no notice in about half an hour and be good to go. So,
all right, let's go to the other side then. If you go out, if you have to go out, what's that one thing?
I love steak, of course,
okay.
Nebraska, right? Yeah. So I love that. I love a great baked potato. Very meat and potato.
There you go.
And I really like to try all kinds of food. So if I had my way, I would be able to order like a little bit of everything on a menu and try it all. So I just like to try all the things.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Don't make a statement, ask a question.
I like that one. Profound. I might have asked this already, but what would you like to do if and when you retire?
You know, I really don't know. I mean, I've been thinking about that quite a bit. I really want to, I'd probably get involved in some kind of nonprofit organization. I might get my real estate license.
So there you go.
I don't know. I think, who knows? But those are 2 things that I would like to do.
All right, you seem grounded, but what's your guilty pleasure?
I probably, if I read a book, I read like the whole, like I do.
Beth, go to bed. No, I'm almost done. I'm on chapter 2.
I read, and I like to watch Lifetime, the Hallmark Channel.
There you go. Crystal Falls, as we used to call it.
I like all the sappy rom-coms.
Our neighbor and I have a joke about the Hallmark Channel. We're always like, hey, what happened in Crystal Falls today?
My husband's like,
who died and who did she remarry?
My husband's like, hey, they got in a fight, they made up, and they kissed at the end, and now it's over.
Yeah, and they solved all the life's problems.
Yeah, so I'm like, can't you just act like that?
All right, final one.
Yep.
What was your most memorable year and why, if you have one?
I mean, I had a lot over time, right? But I think when I started my company, it was a big step. You know, I was older in life, and a lot of folks didn't believe in me or think that I could do this. And so I think it would be 2012.
Great. Well, thank you again, Beth. Can't I just really appreciate your candor. And by the way, thanks for the emotional kind of connection too. No, it's good because it's nice to see. I think people will connect. And I know it sounds kind of cliche-ish, but it gives people inspiration that if you can do it, they can do it too.
Yeah, I hope so.
So thanks for coming on today.
Thank you.